All right. So one of the big things that you and I talked about last time, which it's just near and dear to my heart, and I'd love to expound on it with you, is corporate responsibility. And you and I have touched on this even in our general phone conversations. So, what do you think about corporate responsibility, and how does it play into how you run your business?
Well, it's a great question, and I think it's something we all really have to take a look at. And it goes back to, for me, it's a personal choice because of how I was raised. My dad, one of the best advice that my dad has ever given to me was, and it was passed on from his father and our family, is you have to give more back to your industry and you have to give more back to your community than you take from it. And if you don't do that, then you won't have an industry and you won't have a community to work with. So I think that's really where it starts, is you have to be looking at those opportunities. And then you have to look at what opportunities are out there. You and I spoke on the phone. So many dealerships or in companies, they'll get requests for sponsorships and they'll give some money, and which is nice. There's nothing wrong with that. But you want to look for those opportunities where $1 can be $2, can be $3, can be $4, and that takes a little bit more work.
Yes.
And that's the part that can be difficult. Last year, Jonathan Pittman and I'll mention a competitor at Radley Chevrolet. We grew up in the car business together, and we both shared a mentor in Karen Radley, and she was taken from us from breast cancer. But we were able to partner together to do a Drive the Cure campaign to try to donate money for cancer research. And combined, we raised a lot of money.
Wow.
It could have easily been one campaign or one, hey, we're going to give money, but we made it bigger, made it part of the dealership, and it gained a lot more support. And I think that's really where corporate responsibility comes into play. It's how can you, again, give more money back to the community than you take out, and then how can you find ways that you're amplifying something as opposed to just giving to something, if that makes sense?
Actually, I really do like that last point as well. There are many times where it's easy to write a check, but that doesn't necessarily have a return that expands or expounds or draws back in. And so I can see the difference. One of the things that you just talked about was, fundraising. And I don't know if we can officially put anything out yet, but I know that you're talking about collectively doing a fundraiser with 4 nonprofits in the area, which allows all of us to raise funds and awareness and share in this one effort. So that pooling of the resources to make it big for everybody, as you said, have $1 mean two, three, four, or five. I think that's an example of that kind of effort.
Yeah, in today's climate, 2020 on so many ways is going to go down to be one of the craziest years of all time. And I'm not using crazy because I'm trying to belittle anything about 2020. But there's just the only word I can think of that describes everything that's gone on. It has been the most. It's not unique because that's not a good word for it. I mean, it's just every meme on Facebook that says 2020 does equal what it is. But there's so many industries and nonprofits that are hurting. And then when you start to look at how after October, what it's going to look like, or August, when about kids going back to school. So there's a lot of groups out there that are doing good work that need help. At the same time, where people in general are concerned about their being, you have to find unique ways to do that. And we're able, and I don't mind talking about it. I mean, we're able to leverage a car and the value of a car to help 4 nonprofits really promote their own work that they're doing. That's a win. I mean, that's a win all day long.
I absolutely love it.